Hey Sagittarius, welcome to Blood Moon Oracle with your prediction reading for February. So we are going to take a look for you, Sagittarius, to see what type of things are coming out for you during the month of February. Thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure that you like, share, comment, Sagittarius. Let me know if it resonated, how it resonated. If you haven't, consider subscribing. It does help the channel to grow. And so I am so glad to be able to read for you, Saggy. Thank you for stopping by. Let's take a look and see. We're going to jump right in for the sake of time. What is happening for Saggy in February? We're already there, so you may in fact already be experiencing these energies and these situations that pop up during this reading. So first off, we have the Moon and the Knight of Pentacles. The Moon and the Knight of Pentacles. So right off the bat, the energy this month is something possibly coming in for you that you don't see, that you don't know about, something even being offered to you or being brought to you, being sent to you that you don't see or know about. It's clarified by the Lovers and the Page of Wands coming in on the shadow side. So if somebody's giving or sending something to you, in this Lovers card, she is handing an apple down to, and I feel like she's offering something to somebody who is possibly less fortunate than she is, that's experiencing something not in such a beautiful way as she's experiencing right now, but there's something that she's offering while this person is going through. Someone may be sending something to you that you're not aware of. So the thing that actually sticks out for me, though, is the Page of Wands. It's coming out on the shadow side. And it's talking about the energy of impatience, the fact that it doesn't change things. It doesn't change the fact that things are still going to happen in the time frame that is destined. And this might be a time, or I'm sorry, this is not the right, that was the Page of Swords. This is the Page of Wands on the shadow side. I knew that didn't sound right. So this is actually about being a little bit less aggressive. Like if you are feeling defensive, right? You not only are blocking out things that might be harmful, but you also may be blocking out things that could be beneficial. And this month, I feel like there are going to be things that are coming in, being offered to you that you may not be aware of. So Spirit possibly is bringing out the attention to your posture, to the energy that you're sitting in or standing in, and not showing aggression, or be more thoughtful with, how you're standing and presenting yourself. But also the Page of Wands, it means that there may also be a need to be aware of who you have around you as well. I almost feel like Spirit is bringing to your understanding of being aware, but not shutting out everything, because there's things that are coming in for you this month that are actually meant for you. And so the energy this month is being open and aware and discerning, because there's a lot coming in for you. You're receiving this month. You're in receiving energy. And you don't necessarily have to know what this is, but understand that you're in receiving energy this month. But the key word is discernment. It's discernment, because there could possibly even be people sending things, sending information, advice that may not necessarily be something that's beneficial for you or something that's aligned with you. And so there may be things where you'll need to eat the meat and throw away the bone, right? Or just not accept it, period. Just say, well, that's not for me, right? So, but continue to be open for what is for you, though, Sagittarius. And so I think there's possibly lessons that you've learned here. And that will come out a little bit later in the reading. We'll get into that. The Page of Swords, which is the energy we were just reading, is actually going to be the energy that you're in, but it's not on the shadow side, though. This is on the light side, but it's clarified by the Nine of Cups and the Star, which is on the shadow side. So first of all, I do feel like you're very inspired, right? You're moving, you're getting things done. You may be carrying something that's difficult, but it's important to you. This month, you may be in the energy of being willing to just do what needs to be done, to get it done, to meet the quota, to get the desired result. You may not be feeling it. It may be hard, but you're committed this month. That's the energy I'm feeling. Now, being that it's clarified by the Nine of Cups and the Star, which both came out on the shadow side, let's see what that is about for you, Saggy. So on the shadow side, this is feeling like you only have received a partial reward or a partial fulfillment for what it is that you're doing, right? It's almost like, I haven't quite reached that level of fulfillment that I'm looking for what it is that I'm doing, right? So the energy you're in this month is possibly going to be needing to realize the satisfaction that's being offered in the moment, not looking for the big reward, right? Because in this Nine of Pentacles or Nine of Cups in reverse, this is being so set on future goals or future aspirations or future successes that you forget to celebrate today, and you forget to be present and thankful for what's happening today. This is the need to leave the superficiality of things behind because it's not serving in this moment. Even being attached to things, this is a good time to leave that behind and actually take the moment for what it is and be present in it. Be thankful for it because every moment is the gift. It's not so much of waiting till you get something done or be fulfilled to realize, but it's also the process of getting there. The journey is part of the gift of what you're going through or working towards right now. Yeah. With the Nine of Cups coming in on the shadow side, this is releasing expectations or shallow desires in your efforts, leaving all of that behind. Okay, so this month, the energy that you're in, I feel like you're not concerned with a lot of superficiality. You're not concerned with, how things look, how they sound, whether or not, it feels or it looks good. I think the ego is not going to be at the forefront for you this month, Sagittarius. It almost feels like a pure sense of drive and desire, like you're going to be like singly focused this month. Now, the star coming in reverse, not reverse, but coming in on the shadow side. Let's see. This is all about pouring and not taking more than you need, not taking more than, is fair, right? Especially if it's going to deprive others. And I feel like this is just basically saying not really being greedy or just, taking more or doing more or trying to get more than what's necessary with the star here. Letting your inspiration be in light of others, not selfish motives. And being willing to put in the work, even though it's taking long, even though it's a long stretch of work to get where it is that you're going, maintaining your composure along the way, not getting tired or discouraged. And so the energy that you're going to be in this month is actually going to be very interesting, Sagittarius. I think this month there is a change in pace, a change in the way that you're moving. It's actually going to be quite inspiring. If there were things that were weighing you down in the past, I feel like you're releasing a lot of those things because they never mattered anyway. You're going to be really focused this month on what it is at the end of the tunnel. You see the light at the end of the tunnel and you're focused there. Your belief is increased this month, and that's changing the way that you're going to move this month. So the hope that you have is changing, and it's going to change the way that you are inspired to go after what it is that you've been working towards. Okay. Now, as I look at these cards here, I have the Devil coming in reverse and the Three of Wands. So I do feel like you've hit a milestone, whatever it is that you were working towards or working on, trying to defeat a difficulty or some type of challenge within yourself. The Devil in reverse says that you have succeeded. The Three of Wands says that you've moved past it. You've expanded greater than that struggle or whatever that thing was that was threatening to hold you back or to keep you from moving forward and growing or keep you in bondage in some type of way. Like there's something that you've done that created the momentum to overcome this. So there's something that is no longer holding you back, but you've overcome it this month. And whatever that thing is, keep doing it because it's working, okay? Whatever that is that you've come up with, it works. It may be something that's not conventional. Maybe it's a little bit different than what you would like it to be, but it's working. And so this has actually opened up and released you from any stagnation that you may have been feeling, or even any backwards movement. You're moving forward now with this Three of Wands. You've broken free. You have become empowered. Yeah, I don't know why I'm thinking of this, of all the things. This just popped up in my head for all my old heads that used to watch He-Man. Y'all remember He-Man? And he'd be getting tossed around, and then all of a sudden he reaches in for his inner power, and he's like, by the power of Grayskull, I have the power. Right? That's what I'm seeing. That's what Spirit is showing me right now. So you have like stepped back into your power. There's something that happened that snapped you back into your power. If there was anything that was holding you back, it could have been, I'm not going to say it was spell work, or it could have just been something that you were, struggling with internally. Whatever that was, it has been broken. And you have freed yourself and you have stepped into your power. Okay. This month, whatever that is, keep doing it because it's working for you. Okay. I do feel like there is some type of hope around tapping into luck this month. And the Ace of Swords came in on the reverse side. Let me see. So this is something about hoping that you have this energy of luck or favor, or the gods are on your side and they're working in your behalf. The wheel is turning in your favor, right? Something like that. But the Ace of Swords coming in on the shadow side talks about you accessing your inner strength and not using that power to actually waste it on people that might be trying to usurp your power or to gain some type of, energy by using tactics, to pull your energy away from where your power is, right? It's saying not to actually allow that to steal you away from whatever this thing is that you found here that makes you feel empowered. And don't waste it. Don't waste that power on things that don't matter or allow it to distract you, right? From staying focused. Because this sword, the Ace of Sword, represents this level of strength. Not only strength, but wit, courage, stamina. But that doesn't mean that you have to use that in excess, right? Don't use it in excess. Don't waste it on fighting useless battles that doesn't matter. That's just a waste of energy and a waste of time and a waste of focus. It's a waste of power, in essence, is what Spirit is saying. And so the hope here is that you would be able to escape all of those things and not get caught up that way. There's also a fear that you might, but I feel like that is the energy that's coming up, like that you would have the luck or the favor to be able to just pass through all of those things that want to get you caught up. All of those people that may be trying to set little snares and traps, to get you caught up. I feel like now that you have made that connection with yourself, for some of you again, for some of you for the first time, it's like you are hoping to be able to keep that connection. Some people may just want to come and fight just to distract, right? Others may want to, sometimes we think people are attacking us just because, not understanding that they're hitting back, right? You may have said something or done something to trigger them. And now they're coming back trying to get you back. But what you said was not directed at them per se, or it wasn't to elicit any type of activity or retaliation. They just took it that way. Sometimes we think that people just are attacking us for nothing, but they're not, right? You actually hit first, even though that wasn't the intention. So people may be coming at you just trying to throw you off just because they can in retaliation, just stupid little stuff. But Spirit is saying, this is what's coming out this month. You're hoping to just miss all of the drama because it's a waste of time. It really is. But what will keep you grounded? What's coming in for your advice is the star. It's the star. This is the second time the star is coming out. The first time it came out in the shadow side, which talked about you putting away things that actually would exalt the ego, all of that foolishness, right? All of the fluff, right? But the advice is this is what's actually going to keep you grounded and balanced, is allowing yourself to be led. That was on the shadow side. Now on the light side, this is you listening, being guided, allowing yourself to really connect with your higher self and provide space and time for the things that really truly are important. Things that are actually going to help you to grow and expand and to keep moving forward, Sagittarius. That means you're going to need to be very selective with your time and what you give your energy to. Yeah. Because the Three of Wands is all about growth. It's all about journeying. It's all about expansion. It's all about you allowing yourself to even tap into your own talents and hidden treasures that lie within you, which takes initiative. It takes courage, and it takes action. Yeah. And this is like committing to yourself. This month will be a month that Spirit is actually advising you to commit to yourself. If you don't have any commitments, make some. Make some. Even if it's waking up at a certain time every morning and before doing anything else, spending time with yourself. Or it could be making sure that you get at least 30 minutes in a day of reading or exercise, something that's going to expand you or tap you into hidden gifts, or gifts and talents that you're aware of, right? Commit. Spirit says this is what's going to keep you grounded. This is the advice, is that you would commit something to yourself. Make a commitment. If you're watching this, think right now, what is something that you can commit to yourself with, Sagittarius? And don't do too much, right? Of course, you don't say, okay, I commit to running a mile every evening or running 10 miles every evening. Like if you're a runner, okay, I can see. But if you're not a runner, come on. Let's do a sensible, realistic commitment. And I want you to commit to yourself right now something that you are willing to say on a rainy day, on a dry day, come sunshine, come snow, I'm going to commit to do this. Okay? You're worth it. This is necessary for you to continue to move forward and expand and grow and actually get all that's meant for you in life. I get the sense like that there's still a lot, and I don't care how old you are, there's still a lot that you're yet scheduled to encounter in life. I get the sense. Now, your part in that is to create the prepare, right? Create and prepare for that opportunity when it arises so that you can take the opportunity. Okay. I'm going to keep going because I'll be on this forever. All right. Now we have the Lovers coming back out again. There's something in the past. It's clarified by the Five of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. The Five of Pentacles came out on, let me see, on the light side. So there's something that you've learned here when we talk about the Lovers in the past. There's definitely something here about connections, partnerships, love. This is about choices. This is about relationships. And when we go deeper into this card, we're talking about karmic connections, karmic passions, and karmic soul ties and relationships that actually transcend lifetimes. Sagittarius. As I look at this picture, I'm looking at two crows that actually looks like they have committed to something. It could be a path. It could be a destination. They're bent over on the top of a heart. They've traveled through possibly space. They've traveled for a certain amount of time, and they are tapped into the same heart, which actually, when we talk about the heart, we're talking about this thing that contains the life force, our blood, right? And they're tapping into it and being filled with the same life force. That says something. That says something about being connected, like on a real level. For some, that could even be for like an eternity. But this is, in essence, also talking about decisions. And those decisions made are not only going to affect one, but it's going to affect two. It's going to affect the whole, the partnership. There's some need to examine the belief system and to use discernment when deciding when to join forces with someone. It's not just whistling Dixie, Sagittarius. This is an actual something that you won't be easily able to walk away from, is what Spirit is saying. So when it comes to partnerships, there's something you've learned about being discerning about it. There's something you've learned about the seriousness of connecting and joining and committing your path along with someone else's. And there's consequences behind accepting the joining, right? Whether it's a good consequence or whether it's a bad one. There's something here about learning that in the past that's going to possibly be relevant this month for you, Sagittarius. Now, it was clarified by the Five of Pentacles on the light side. And this is coming out of a difficult time. This is coming out of isolation and loneliness. This is leaving behind any negative emotions or any negative experiences that affected your disposition, and returning back to a state that you were in before you entered into hardship. This is also learning from that experience, what it means to be in that state, which might have softened your heart to others that you see going through that as well. Now, the other part of this was the King of Swords on the light side. I mean, not the king, the Knight of Swords, which is charging forward, talking about movement, and whatever you put your hands to do will succeed with this kind of energy. The force that you're moving in when it comes to moving forward and moving after what it is that you desire, it's going to be successful simply because of the momentum that you're moving in. The only thing about this is that you're moving in such power, Sagittarius. God forbid someone's in your way. Like, you're moving with such momentum that you're allowed to run somebody over. I feel like this talks about your difficulty as you translate your lessons from the past about connections and partnerships and relationships. This is not just about love. This is about life. This is about family. This is about business. This is about relationships. Anything where you've had to commit to someone else, there's lessons that you've learned. And right now, I feel like you have kind of bundled all of this up and turned it into like a passion. And it's almost like you're moving with that passion, and you're moving at such a rate, at such momentum, and with such power. Like, you may be frightening to people, Sagittarius, when they look at you, right? There's something about you that may be frightening, like the type of power and momentum that you move in, the type of passion that you carry could be kind of intimidating, but there's some lesson that you've learned that you carry with you. And it serves as a power for you. It serves as fuel for you. This is what encourages you. I feel like for some of us, we're able to dig deep when conflict arises, right? That's our motivation. We don't want that to be the end all be all. We don't want to always have conflict to be fired up and get things done, right? But I do feel like there is a sense of being motivated when conflict arises or a challenge arises. You've been taught how to really rise above. There's something here about that in the past that's going to be relevant for February, how you have overcome difficulties. And I feel like that this is part of what Spirit is showing you could also need some attention. And not allowing, like I said, for who I'm talking to, you could be someone who has developed this over aggressiveness when challenge arises, or there's some conflict or some type of, situation that arises where there's like this superpower that rises up in you, like to over conquer or to overcompensate or overdo. right? This is coming up here this month. It feels like a beautiful energy because I feel like there's a lot of passion that has surfaced from these lessons, right? But at the same time, this Knight of Swords is kind of scary, right? And will trample over anybody that's in his way. So there may be something to be said about that. There may be some lessons that will arise this month for you to let you take a look at that. I don't know if that could be around type of things that are keeping you from actually coming into union with the type of partnerships that you want. This is coming up for some reason this month for you to take a look at partnerships, okay? Lessons around partnerships. Now, there's a lot of enjoyment coming in ways that you don't realize this month with the sun here. Lots of fulfillment, lots of opportunities for long-term fulfillment. You may be stepping into things that is actually going to provide some reward for what it is that you're doing for a long time. And I say that because I have the Six of Pentacles here coming out on the light side. And it's stuff that you have, by all means, you've earned it with the Two of Wands. Like you have worked and climbed through some difficult spaces. You see how he's climbing on this mountainside against gravity? Like you have really worked your way to this. And I feel like it's paying off. February may be like the beginning of seeing this paying off. But I do feel like there's lots of compensation, lots of enjoyment, lots of success, lots of opportunity to even shape and mold and change how things look moving towards the future. Yeah. You may, in fact, find yourself connecting with new friends. That's coming up here. The Two of Wands is about connection. It's a two. And it's about choices. You may be renewing friendships or, reconciling old friendships in the month of February. This is all about you realizing what you have and taking it to the sky, taking it as far as you can go, Sagittarius. This is your month. I feel like there's going to be the opportunities to do that. And so don't be shy and go for the goal is what Spirit is saying this month, okay? Because you never know what could happen. Some of my greatest experiences has been me taking a chance on myself. Did I believe I could actually do it? Sometimes I didn't. But again, taking the emphasis off of the superficial part of what it is that we do, it can open up doors for us when we take our mind off the superficial part of it and don't think of, oh, well, what if I don't do it? What if I lose? What if people don't like me? What if it don't turn out the way that if this is something that really is like ringing in your heart, allow yourself the opportunity to do it. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. And if you don't get anything else out of it other than the experience of following your heart, that is more fulfilling than actually taking home a trophy. I kid you not. And so there's going to be opportunities in February for you. Spirit is saying yes. Say yes. Okay. Lastly, we have the Eight of Swords. Interesting. And the Judgment. So On the shadow side, so now this Eight of Swords, is there something, again, we started off this message saying that there's something that you may not be seeing. There's something you may not be seeing. Now, the Eight of Swords is, there's something that may still, I feel like the month of February is going to be a month that you're going to be released and freed from that. Anything holding you back or keeping you small or keeping you in, within certain limits. I think this is really going to be a month of addressing limiting beliefs. Anything that would be causing you to be held back, have a lack of vision, inability to break yourself out of some restricting situation. This is really letting you know that this is time. February is a month where you're going to reclaim your power, Sagittarius. And it's going to be by examination. It's going to be by you taking a look at things from a different perspective. This is you challenging anything that tries to restrict you or anything that is restricting you or appears to try to overwhelm you or overtake you. This is you understanding that you have the power to overcome any situation or any problem. By looking inward, you can do that. Now, the fact that this is clarified by the Judgment, I think this card came out with Scorpio as well on the shadow side. And so this is about you learning from your experiences and breaking patterns that brought you down. You realizing that you have the power to stop the cycle, to stop the pattern, the limiting or the limit, the self-limiting patterns that we have. There might be something that you have ignored about, who you are or what you believe you're capable of. You've kind of pushed it to the side and closed your eyes to it. The original Rider-Waite deck, the Eight of Swords, is a woman sitting with a blindfold over her eyes. In this picture, it's a crow with blindfold over its eyes. So there's something that you may have ignored up until now. You're not ignoring it no more. In February, that blindfold has come off, honey. I'm telling you. And you are going to heed to the call. You have, February may be a month where you begin to become, where you are becoming. And this is not in and of yourself, but this is through the help. This is through the unlimited energy of a higher power. Yeah. There's some call that you're hearing this month to actually take it higher, to improve yourself, to ennoble yourself, to evaluate your energy and purify your body, your mind, and your heart, to show up as your best self. This month is your month, Sagittarius. And if there's anything that you've done, that caused you to be at odds, this is a good time to step up and take responsibility for your actions. Okay? Take accountability for your actions. If you need to apologize or go and make some things right, this is a month to do that. So that those little things, what do they call them? The little foxes, don't stand in the way of your ascension, of your movement forward, of your expansion, okay, Saggy? Or so that you don't fall victim to those things again, okay? I get a sense, like I was telling Scorpio, that there's this Scorpio's reading felt a lot more spiritual. Yours feels a lot more practical, Saggy, but it still has that element with this judgment coming in on the shadow side, that there is a higher power at play here. And when it comes to going, and I'm a firm believer in this, listen, I don't mind saying sorry when if it means that I'm going to have a straight open path going forward, I can apologize and ain't did nothing wrong. I have done it my whole life. Part of my thing, Spirit is teaching me how to stand up and stand bold and put my foot down and not give a, about what people are thinking. But I don't have a problem apologizing. It never has really been about right and wrong. That much I know. I've understood the higher element of, forces at play, and how karma, you can store up good karma. I was taught very well, but this is about something higher, Sagittarius. This isn't about right or wrong. This is about you positioning yourself to expand and to move. This is about you clearing anything out of your path that could possibly stand in your way and block you from where it is that you've been called. And that's to experience life and all of its wonder. Okay. And so this is for you, Saggy. I'm going to end it there. We're almost at about 50 minutes, but this is beautiful energy. And so take it seriously this month. And if it resonates, please let me know how it resonates. I'd love to hear it. I always enjoy reading for you, my fellow Saggies. Thank you so much for stopping by and listening. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't, and I look forward to seeing you in our next reading for Saggies, okay? Bye. It's been Blood Moon Oracle, bringing the message for February for my Saggies. All right, be good. Bye.